What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bengeeuba. We back with another video. Hey, this video right here, this is some sad shit. Like, we not doing no joking in the intro. We're not putting no funny nothing in it. This is like very serious, and domestic violence, I hate it, bro. Any man that put his hands on a woman, use a hoe. To me, in my eyes, use a hoe, bro. There's no female in the world I feel as though that could hurt a man unless she's a professional boxer or a professional like fighter or something like that. Or just work out and just big as hell, then that's something totally different. But the average female cannot hurt a male, bro. So I don't know what she did in the past, but it still doesn't explain why her husband stabbed her 37 times, bro. But we're gonna get into the video. We're gonna figure out everything. You know, we all learning as we watch. But let's go.
The look that he had in his eyes was like I was staring at a totally different person. Like if I was staring at a monster. It was so hard for him to get him to, you know, come back to reality. And I was literally like, he's gonna hurt me. So I remember like telling him, Ivan, please don't kill me. Please don't do this. The kids are sleeping.
What? He did this while the kids was in the crib? What the fuck is wrong with niggas, bro?
The kids are gonna wake up. You cannot kill me in front of the kids. You cannot kill me, because what's gonna happen with the kids? Begging him for my life. My name is Melanie Gonzalez, and this is how I survived being stabbed 37 times by my husband. I grew up in Humboldt Park, Chicago. I met my husband like 9 years ago through my best friend who was a sister. It was about 2 months that I caved in, because he was very like, he would come spend the night. Me and his sister were roommates. He would come spend the night every weekend, him and all his other brothers, and they would come and spend the night. He would like bother me. He would like, you know, try to watch Netflix with me, and finally one night I was like, fine. So what made me like him was he was so sweet in the beginning. So me and his sister always been best friends.
That's how it always be. Start off sweet and
me and her
niggas
brother
turn
got
to
together.
Demons.
He ended up moving in with us, and then we kind of just, you know, eventually grew apart and we got our own place. She stayed there with her significant other, and even to this day we're very close. We just limit on what we talk about, but we're very close. And you know, it wasn't until like we moved in together that things started to like, you know, shake up a little bit and get a little bit. And then I started to see like, you know, how he was when he was angry and how he would talk to me. So I remember the first big argument that we got into was because his ex-girlfriend at the time, she kept calling him, and the ex-mother-in-law kept calling him. And I just remember telling him that I was tired of them calling, and it just went from like 0 to 100. He pulled over, he grabbed the phone, threw it, made this big old scene, and I just...
Hey, look, and if it was on the other foot, like, bro would have been like, he already stabbed her 37 times. No, it's not a joke or none of that shit. But if you question him about why your ex calling you and why her mother calling you, and he just automatically catch an attitude, he throwing phones and da-da, you supposed to got the fuck right then and there, bro. Because for one, you in the wrong. You got a whole girl, you feel me? And you got your ex still calling you and her mother. You supposed to been cut that off before you even thought about getting in another relationship. You feel me? So for him to even get mad at her because she mad at the fact that somebody else, some other female that he used to deal with, called his phone, that's narcissistic as shit, bro.
Was like,
and if it was her, he
like,
would have
take me home, and he
did what he did.
Try to like, you know, do the whole, I'm sorry, you know, I was just mad because the whole situation got me frustrated. I continued the relationship with him because I don't want to say I felt bad, but I felt like he never really got the love. So maybe if I love him, then I can get him, you know, to be a better person. So when we moved in together, that's when I noticed like the pattern of him snapping and then acting like he was sorry and me being like, okay, just one step at a time, we could work through this together, you know? He busted the windshield out of my car. He punched the mirror and the glass flew in my eye and I got stitches, you know? He kicked my rearview mirror, like little things. And then I always took him back because he always came with them puppy eyes, like, you're all I have. I was spending the night at his mom's house and he actually was the first time that he put his hands on me. He put me like in a chokehold and like body slammed me. His mom,
what the fuck is wrong with bro?
She tried to separate it, and that was the first time that he actually, like, you know, put his hands on me. He ended up showing up to my mom's house and was like, with the puppy dog eyes.
All right, look, ladies, real quick. I know it's hard. I know it's hard when you really love somebody. I know. Please. When a motherfucker starts showing aggression, the way he's showing aggression, just by little and just coming back, I'm sorry, babe, you gonna get stuck in this relationship after a while because y'all gonna end up having kids. So you gotta deal with this person for the rest of your life. No matter how if you get another boyfriend, he get another girlfriend, you gotta deal with this person for the rest of your life. When people start doing this, once your boyfriend grab you out of anger and like shake you and and he getting like further and further with the shit, roll out. Just roll out. Please, for me. You feel me? Now, even if it ain't for you, think about your kids, man. Like, they need their mom in their life. Just to talk about it, true story. Dominique, this girl named Dominique that used to live around my way, you know who you are. If you ever see this video, you can vouch for me. You can put it down in the comments. I got out of school one day. I was walking up the hill. Me and Dominique. This is gonna be a quick story. Me and Dominique was walking up the hill. A lady ran up to us and she was covered in blood, bro. Lie to you not. She was covered in blood. I'm talking about stab wounds all over her body. We just getting off the school bus. She run up to us and like, you got a phone? At the time I had a phone, but I'm so in shock. I'm like, nah, I don't got a phone. Like, I don't got a phone. But Dominique had a phone too, but her phone was dead. Come to find out, the lady, she's bleeding. I'm talking about bleeding real bad. She's crying to us, please, can I use her phone? She got her baby in her hand. A small baby in her hand. She like, please. I'm talking about stabbed all in her legs, shoulders, chest, all that. Finally, the ambulance comes. She pass out. Ambulance get her all this other stuff. Later on that day, we come to find out her husband did this shit, stabbed her all up and all this, man. Damo, you can vouch for me. Comment down below if you ever see this video. But this is crazy.
And that's when he told me that he was suffering from bipolar disorder. I can't give up on him because he has bipolar. I have to try to help him. I took him back. We got an apartment, I want to say the following week or two. It started with a car. He busted my windshield. Then it went from that to him. We're at his mother's house and he kicks in my rearview mirror because he's upset. And he's trying to tackle me to the floor, to him punching the mirror in the bathroom of our home, and the glass shooting and hitting me in the eye. I got 3 stitches. What was hard for me was because his mom was always like, just give him time, you know. She would always pull the guilt trip on me, like,
time?
He's going through a lot,
This nigga need to go somewhere and go find himself.
Talking. We got married in 2017. Things were not like they were going up and down. And then I think he was kind of getting fed up, and then he asked me to marry him.
I'm gonna put it out for right now because I gotta light it.
And I let him know, like, okay, if we get married, things are gonna be different. We got married in a church. We did the whole reception. It was a beautiful wedding. And then I found out I was pregnant a month before the wedding. So I did not enjoy it at all. It was a beautiful wedding. I danced. I could not drink. I could not do anything. So I was like a little upset. And then we moved to a different house and I noticed a change. I found out that I was 3 months pregnant. We just got married. He cheated on me. So then that's when I
knew it was coming because he kirked about the ex. Like,
emotionally was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I've always said it, and it's gonna sound horrible.
And I'm
we
not
can argue, we can
blaming
fight, but he
Melanie. I'm
never
not
cheated
blaming
on
her
me.
at all.
And then boom, he cheated on me. Here he comes with his puppy dog eyes and, you know, his I can't do this, I can't live without you, I want to be a father to my kids, I want to see them grow up. Being a child who didn't grow up with both her parents, that's the one thing I want for my kids is both parents. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm changing him, he's changing, we're having a baby, we just got married, he messed up, but we're gonna work through it, we're gonna try to make it work because he made such improvement that we can't just end it now. And we moved to Florida and COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I want to say that was the worst time of my life because he picked at me and picked at me and picked at me. And I would literally be in the bathroom crying. During COVID time is when he started accusing me of moving to Florida to be with like another man. And mind you, we're locked down. We're always together all the time, together 24/7. Like I wasn't working, he wasn't working. It was so bad. And then I got a job. So that kind of kept us separated, you know, and it kind of like things started dying down. I want to say I was there for about a year at that location. And then we decided to move to Port Richey. My mom and my dad, they live in Tampa. And my mom's the type of person, if she don't hear from me in a couple of days, she'll pop up at the house. So little did I know that the real reason.
Hey, any person, any man out there, if you seeing this now, look at me in my eyes. You seeing this now, and you date my daughter, Nova. Oh, best believe I'm doing pop-ups. I might don't even call. I'm disrespectful. I'm patty. I'm pulling up, knocking on the door. Y'all don't gotta let me in. I just need to see my daughter. She all right? Come here. Let me come to the door. You okay? Lift your chin up. Let me see your face. You feel me? You ain't been answering your phone for 3 days. What's going on? He don't got you in this drain locked up, stranded, hostage, and shit like that, do he? So all y'all little boys out there, if you ever see this, just know her father is one of them. I'm him.
For us moving to Port Richey was because it's about an hour away and she can't just pop up when she don't hear from me. I decided to go back into management. I got the job of my dreams. Love that job. Oh my God, the job of my dreams. And I started realizing my self-worth. I'm better than this. I deserve better than this.
Come on, Melanie. That's the fuck I'm talking about, girl.
I have 3 beautiful children.
3.
The house of my dreams. And there's only one thing that's holding me back. He destroyed everything on Christmas. And when I called the police on him, they told me that there was nothing they can do. One layer that made him mad was when I called the law to get divorced. And the attorney told me that we were never legally married. And that the pastor never sent us the paperwork. I remember being like the biggest weight off my shoulders.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say that. It's about to be easier to get away.
I told him, you know what? I'm done. I have no fight in me. And he's like, you're done? Then I won't come back from Chicago. I'll stay over there. I'll take all my stuff to Chicago and I will never come back and see you and the kids. And normally I would be like, you can't do that to the kids. You know, I would fight him so hard because I wanted him to be a part of my kid's life.
And 2, females, if your significant other is like real like domestic violence or big like crazy and shit like that, I'll say try to move when he's not out when he's out the house. Get all your stuff together, you know, hurry up, get your family, everybody come over there, grab things while he gone. And you could shoot him a text message or email and just let him know what's going on. And if you want to see the kids, you'll have to take me to court because I'm scared of you. Like, I'm scared that you might hurt me and my kids. I'm scared that you might, you know, do what you already did, you know, and go further and beyond. Just try to please, ladies, get out that situation, bro. Please.
And that day I said, okay, And that was the first time he shut up and walked away from me. The next day,
Yeah.
I woke up like nothing, 5:30 in the morning, getting ready for work, doing my daily routine, put my stuff in the car, came back inside, filled my water jug. I noticed my daughter was awake. I knew something was off. And I remember passing by my daughter's room and seeing him sitting there, shaking. And I remember the way his foot was hanging off the bed, shaking. This isn't gonna end well, like something is gonna happen. And I remember the night before I told my mom, I can't wait for him to leave because either he's gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill him. And at that, like passing by the room, seeing him shake like that, it was like paranoid because he was too quiet, and the way he was shaking gave me the rush of anxiety. Like I literally was like, I just gotta go to work. I remember my daughter woke up and was like, Mommy, like in her like half asleep, like Mommy. And I'm like, it's okay, go back to sleep, and like patting her to go back to sleep. And then when I seen her like, knocking out, I told him, hey, Malia's waking up. I don't know if she's up or she's not up. Can you check on her? So he gets up, he checks on her. But I remember like getting this uneasy feeling like I didn't want to go by him. So I remember asking him like, hey, you're going to Chicago tomorrow. I know you were going to take the kids with you to my mom's house because she's going to take you to the airport in the morning, but can you wait until like, I get out of work so I could say goodnight to them? So I don't have to drive all the way to Tampa to say goodnight, and then you could just leave tonight, And he was like, no, I'm not going to make anything easy for you. I was like, okay. And he was like, I hate you, right? And then he was like, I effing hate you so much. Calm, the way he said it. Angry, with such like rage in his eyes. I effing hate you so much. And I said, you know what? I gotta get to work and I don't have time for you to be acting petty. And I remember grabbing my water bottle and walking. I have to pass him now. He's standing there. And I remember walking, and I remember him taking one step close to me, like when I was almost a turn. And I remember seeing his fist. I remember seeing him pull his hand all the way back and punching me in my nose. At that time, I didn't know that he stabbed me in my face. I just thought he punched me. So I'm like, oh my God, there's so much blood. But the first thing that came to my head was like, you broke my nose, dude. Like, are you kidding me right now? I have to go to work and you just broke my nose. So I remember running to the sink and I'm like, you broke my nose. Are you freaking psycho? What is wrong with you? But I'm not paying attention to the amount of blood that I've lost. I just remember trying to clean my face. And then he came up behind me and was like punching me in my back. And so I'm trying to clean my face and he's grabbing me and punching me in my back. And that's when I was like, okay, we're gonna fight. Until I turned around. When I turned around, I seen the knife. And I looked down and I seen all the blood. And I looked to the side and I seen all the blood. And that's where like my fight or flight instincts came in. And I grabbed him by his wrist and I pushed him into the fridge and I ran. But when you wear business attire and you have the shoes that you have on, as soon as I passed the blood, I slipped and I fell. Boom. I crawled to the door. I'm crawling to the door and he's just hitting me in my back. I get the door open. I grab the handle to the door and I open the door, right? And I go to scream and he slams the door and drags me back.
Damn.
And at this time, I'm like in and out. Like, I'm like looking on the floor like, Melanie, get up. Like, if you don't get up, I remember like staring at the floor like all this, but I'm like, you're gonna die. And I got up and I grabbed his hands and I remember we're fighting and I'm like this and like this, and he stabs me like across right here, trying to just get away and defend myself, but I don't want to leave my kids. So like now I'm tugging and warring with him, trying to figure out, okay, How can I grab the kids? How can I run away? I can't leave the kids because what if he turns to the kids? So I'm gonna have to kill him. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just like, my son.
Yeah, so much going through in your mind. I understand.
And I remember him stopping, and I turned around, and my son had him in like his arm around his shoulder, his other arm under his armpit, and pulled him with all his strength from the hallway all the way to almost to the living room. And that's when my mommy instincts kicked in. I'm like, no. So I run up to him, I grab his wrist, and I'm trying to take the knife off his hand, and that's how I cut my finger right here. Because I'm trying to take the knife off his hand. And I tell my son, Andre, please, stop. Please. So then my son goes to run out. I hear my son come back in, and then I hear my daughters. I'm falling and getting back up. I'm falling and getting back up. I tell my son, Andre, lock your sisters in the room and go get help. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to run to the back door, the screen. I can't open the glass screen. He's grabbing me and pulling me. I get to the patio. He grabs me. He drags me back in the house. He throws me on the floor. And then I fall on the floor, and I remember I'm on my arms, face down, and I'm trying to get up, and he comes around with the knife and stabs me across my face. I instantly am like, that's it. I'm freaking dead. And I told him, that's it. You win, I'm dead. And he grabs his fist right here, and he punches me like 3 times in the eye. And then he stops stabbing me. I don't know where he got this stick from. He starts beating me with a stick in the back of my head and my back. I keep getting back up, but I can't get up anymore.
You're a fucking fighter. That's what I'm talking about, Melanie.
My door, the keypad. And the door opens. And then I hear my son. And I hear my neighbor. I got up so fast. I ran to the back. I'm fighting to get out of the screen door. He comes. He grabs me by my shirt. And I'm telling him, I don't have any more fight in me, just let me go. He kind of switched back, and he's like, crap. The neighbor came in. The neighbor saw. The neighbor went screaming to his wife, call the police. So now he's freaking out. He can't find his car keys. So he's searching through my pockets for my keys. He dragged me all over the house so that I can find the keys. And I'm trying to explain to him, I can't see. I'm not scared. I'm not sad. I'm not anything. I'm dead. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm dead. He starts freaking out because I'm telling him I can't see. He lets me go. I run to the back, and my son's on the opposite side of the screen door, and he's trying to, open it. And that's when he looks up, and he actually looks at me. And he stops, and and I told him, don't look at me, Andre. Open the door. I took my sweater off. I wrapped it around my head, and I tied it tight. And I told him, push the door. And that's when I start feeling weak now. So I'm like trying to push the door. He opens the door. I tell him, Andre, grab your sisters. He runs into the room, he grabs the sisters, and I said, I'm going to use the last bit of my strength, and we're going to run. So he grabs his sisters, and I use my last bit of strength, and we're running from the back through the left side of the house to the front, and I see my neighbor. And it was just like, I saw Jesus, like I could take a deep breath because I knew.
All right, look, we gonna stop it right there. Shout outs to Melanie, girl. You's a fucking fighter, man. If any women see this and y'all going through domestic violence, let Melanie be. Let her testimony help you and your decisions in life and stuff like that. Cause we're not blaming her because she didn't know this person was going to do this. He showed signs he was bipolar and stuff, but you never know what a bipolar. They're what can you say? You won't tell whether bipolar is there or not there. So please, women, domestic violence is not cool. That doesn't mean he loves you at all. Get out of the situation. And that's all I can say. I don't want to speak too much on it, but we're going to speak lightly. Leave a sub, comment. Meet me in the next video.